So a couple hours go by. You guys enjoy the heat of the campfire, especially after the previous day of riding through a blizzard randomly.
And going through the very, very cold river.
Yes, you take a couple hours to dry as much as possible by the campfire. You take some of your outer layers off and drape them around the heat of the fires. And over the next couple hours, you rest, you relax, you rejuvenate yourselves. And then noticing the sun slowly approaching the mountains off to the west, you recognize you only have a few more hours of light, and you want to make up some time that you spent doing your hunting excursion. You pack up your things, you kick dirt over the fires, and you set back out southeast to eventually make your way into Tarnost, hidden within the hills of the Emin Arnen. Who is leading this leg of the journey, you could say?
I think
I'm wary of saying journey because journey is an actual mechanic that we're not using at the moment.
I was thinking about that, yeah.
Okay.
Dala will lead us.
Sounds good. Haley, you were going to say something?
Well, I was going to say I thought that it made the most sense for Edgehel and I to do it because of our skills in survival and being able to find places to rest since we're only going to be traveling for a couple hours and at night. But I don't know, Dala, did you just want to be like in the front, or what? Do you have skills in survival as well?
No, I think you should. I think you guys should lead, and then I'll just be like right in the back.
On guard
like, right in the back of you.
Oh, like right behind us, so that
Yeah.
if something attacks us, you're
Right.
your first line of defense.
Exactly.
Gotcha. Okay.
Like it.
Sounds good.
Okay. So in that case, the two of you that are leading, go ahead and make survival checks.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
9.
That's never a good sign.
10.
Oh, you should have let Dala lead.
Just don't
There's a girl blindly in the blind over here. Oh, we'll spin around in circle. You two up top.
Oh man.
Well,
roll survival and see what you would have gotten.
Hold up. Wait. I gotta.
Do you have any
No,
bonuses?
holding up.
You ain't got nothing, and you know
16.
Seriously?
If only we could use that 16.
It's too
Azrael,
late.
what are you looking at?
You said that this is not a. So do I count as a guide, or this is not that kind of?
We're not in an actual journey, so we're not
Okay.
using the rolls for the journey right now.
So then never mind.
You don't have any bonuses on your survival?
We do.
Yeah, I do.
Low.
Yeah.
I'm trying here.
No.
Okay, well, I guess we all die.
You fail the survival check, and so you do not survive.
Oh,
That's how
Right
that
when that
works. you all catch dysentery.
The end.
I already had it.
So you're immune. Got it.
So you're immune. Got it.
Okay. So
What if I was
as
vaccinated from dysentery?
So as you head southeast, if you will, to get past of the Sarngabir and the Emin Muil, you are basically following the Anduin River south. At some point, you will need to cross the Anduin River and get to the eastern side of it, because that is the side that the Emin Arnon is on. In the meantime, as you head south, you do eventually, after a few hours, come up against a series of tributaries, these small lakes that have small streams that are being fed by the Anduin River. And so in front of you, there's a series of 7 small streams, each about 15 to 20 feet wide, depending on the specific stream you're talking about, that are cutting you off and that run the distance from the Anduin River east as far as you can see. And so you can either cross the Anduin River now, which you will cross past the dead marshes, but still in a bit of a swampland, and walk on the eastern side of the Anduin River until you get to Emin Arnon. Or you can keep going straight, cross each of these streams as you come to them, and cross the Anduin River further down the road. If you cross the Anduin River now, you won't have to cross these streams. So it's up to you. You can either cross the Anduin River and deal with the swampland, or you can keep heading south and cross each of the streams and eventually cross the Anduin River after you pass the swampland.
Oh, well, I've got a question. Can I stop? Who here knows about these here lands, and if there's any hidden gold or treasure locked within them? Because I'll say if we're out here, we're going to town, we got to show up with some booty, because then we can sell the booty and get some other booty that's better.
No, I don't know.
How
these
wide is the Anduin River, or however you say?
It varies. Make can't decide if this would be investigation or perception. Go ahead and make a perception check.
Okay. How many bonuses per perception?
So while he's doing that, if someone does, I'm serious though, if someone has a lore skill that they want to
I was just
roll
gonna say,
on these areas, yeah.
I don't know if this counts, John. I have lore of the lost. So when I hear about a new region or ruin for the first time, I know a bit of lore about it or where to find more info. So I'm not sure if I would know about the dead marshes or this area that we're currently in. So
Okay. Yes. Go ahead. Also make a lore check just to supplement that a little bit for me. Eldikar, what
Got
do you
an 8. Got an 8 per perception.
an 8? It's hard to tell. The section you're in right now is about 30 feet across.
Oh boy.
It's not a rushing river. There are sections downriver that appear to be narrower, but you'd have to cross some of the streams to get there. And there are also sections that are wider, but the general width of the area you're in now is about 30 feet.
All right.
I got a
Great.
17
Oh.
lore check.
That's what I like to hear.
Okay. With the 17, you recall words that your trainer, which it's for everyone watching, there's been no gap, but for us, there's been a few months. You told them who you were with, right?
Yes, correct.
Okay, Radagast. You recall some information that you had read from a journal that he had kept when he was traveling around this area between the dead marshes, Pelennor Fields, the areas around Emin Arnon, and just Osgiliath and all at Minas Tirith and this area of Middle Earth. And you remember there's a passage that he wrote about the dead marshes. Dreary and wearisome, cold, clammy water still held sway in this forsaken country. The only green was the scum of livid weed on the dark, greasy surfaces of the sullen waters. Dead grasses and rotting reeds loomed up in the mists like ragged shadows of long forgotten summers. And you recall this area of swampland was east of Emin Muil, and was the site of the ancient battle of Daggerlad during the War of the Last Alliance, which was the war in which they actually fought Sauron. way back in the day. So the marshes were around before the battle was there, long before the battle, but they have since been full of corpses of humans, elves, dwarves, the evil creatures from Mordor themselves, the animals and beasts of burden. So there's definitely booty to be had. I knew someone was going to laugh. There's definitely prizes that you could acquire, trinkets, items of value that you could potentially retrieve. It is said that the Dead Marshes are haunted. You don't know if that's a fact or if you even believe in hauntings. I don't know what your character believes about that. But it's said that they're haunted and evil. Just the sight of a horrible battle, lots of pain and torment in that area. But for someone who might be curious about whether or not there's some good loot and bounty to be had, most likely.
Oh, okay.
For someone willing to risk it.
So do you not think, Nebuchadnezzar, do you not think that our word and the name of the person who sent us would be enough? Like, we actually need something to bribe these people with?
I'm not talking about bribes, woman. I'm talking about cold hard corn in the palm of my hand. And I'm thinking we might not be passing through these faults anytime soon. Sure, they may be ghosts and hobgoblins and all sorts of gremlins and big bops and bebops and ching changs and whatever, but I ain't scared of none of them. I say we go there, we show up with our coffers full, and we show these people in and on them that we're not just adventurers, but we're the richest adventurers there be in these here parts.
So you're letting your greed lead you into danger?
Yes.
That seems in
Based
character.
off what John said, though, either way, we have to go through the swamp, right? Just to
You're
No.
going through the
it now or
swamp
later.
either if you cross the Anduin River now, you're going through the swamp, but not necessarily the Dead Marshes. If you go across the river later, you can wait until you are past the swampland and you'll cross over and it'll be like normal land that you're on now. You'll
Yeah,
just have
I
to
don't
cross the
want to
stream.
go through the swamp. Even if it wasn't haunted, there might be like creatures there. I'm really small, you guys. I don't look like something that they would like be afraid of to fight. I mean, I can fight. You've seen me fight, but like, I'm a snack, you guys. I don't know.
Listen,
Don't
hey,
worry,
you
young
may be
Haley,
small,
we'll
but you got a
protect
big
you.
heart. And think about the stories you tell. How you went through the reading, decaying. How about the rest of you lot? What, you want to just go there with empty hands and no treasure, show up and say, oh, I'm a
Think
poor
about
little beggar?
The
Or do you
river
want
that
to
you
show
just
up there
crossed and
saying,
got
yeah,
soaked in. You really want to wade through some swamps?
have you
That didn't go
smelt
through the
me
river.
in the
I
last few
wasn't talking
minutes?
to you. You didn't go through the river earlier today.
Torn, when he was sharing that information that John said, and especially the poem, almost like he went through a trance. It was kind of staring off into the distance. Then as you guys are going back and forth, it looks like he suddenly wakes up and says, to go through the Dead Marshes seems like folly. I would suggest we go downriver, but I will help you either way.
How about for you, Ed Rahel? You seem to be a pretty wall fella with your pointy ears and all that. What do you think?
Torin seemed pretty stern about it with the way that he was looking into the distance while saying that. So I'm gonna go with him.
All right. Donna, what do you think? Glory or poverty? Mm-hmm.
Listen, I'm strong and confident, but I'm not dumb. So I'm not doing it.
Oh.
I love how we got Brooklyn here in Middle Earth.
Listen.
Not doing it.
I said, all right, I'll follow you lot. We'll be all there. We'll get into town a little, without any glory or fame, but that's what it is, Don't make me sad, all.
Hey, Chad, maybe just being friends with that guy that led us to this place will be enough for them to be like, oh, we like you. Let's give you all the stuff.
maybe once we get there, they'll give us an even bigger reward.
That's exactly
than we
what I
could
just
ever
said.
Hey,
find.
listen, I'll think you, okay. I'll do what you're safe with. I won't push the issue, but don't be bribing me so they got a big reward. They won't give up nothing. I've seen these city folks. They're worse than dogs out here in the wild. At least here, when you're mad at someone, you can give them a good old clock on the side of the head and take what you need. But over there, you gotta be all cordial and use things like words and etiquette. I don't
It's
like
a good thing you're not alone.
Moran and Radak start walking down river.
Nebuchadnezzar waits, everyone goes, and then follows them, but he kind of kicks a little dirt, kind of like a sad kid, you know, just kind of kicks a little dirt up and kind of pouts as he falls behind you guys.
All right.
I like
In the meantime, I start talking with Alex. It's like, hey, I haven't talked to you in a while. How are you doing?
All right. So you guys head south, deciding to cross the streams instead of crossing the Anduin just yet. You come across the first stream. You guys recognize that it is not too deep. You probably can cross it without actually having to swim. The highest depth being about waist deep. It takes a little bit of coaxing from the horses, but Edgerhell, make an animal handling check.
What?
You have Alagos.
Can somebody else make it for me?
You got to
Natural
coax that horse
one.
there, buddy.
A natural one.
A natural one.
Seriously.
Oh man, yeah, it takes about probably 20 minutes.
Oh my
of
gosh.
you tugging on the lead for this horse, like please, for the love of God, and it gets like one hoof near, like just near the water, and it's like and just like backing up the embankment. It takes about 20 minutes finally before you're able to coax this horse to cross this first stream.
Okay, I
But
didn't want to
eventually-
cross this river. I already did it twice today, okay?
Yep. Eventually, you do get it across, and all of you guys are able to cross the first of the streams. Another probably 20 minutes goes by as you walk across the flatland, approaching this next stream. This one's a little bit deeper, so I need everyone as a group just go ahead and make a strength check to make sure you're able to. It's none of these streams are like rapids, but moving water is still moving water. So
I don't want to do any more strength checks.
Would that be like a strength athletics check or a strength saving throw?
Athletics, yeah. If you have proficiency
Athletics.
in athletics, you can take that. It's a
Okay.
check as a group. You guys
Honey,
are
I
gonna pass
have a
it.
-1.
You guys are gonna pass or
17.
fail as a group.
Wow.
17. I have a 7, so I'm gonna hold on to Haley.
Oh, sorry. I don't have a 17. I have a 16. That's
Oh,
-1.
yeah.
All right.
I'm not gonna get close to you.
All right,
19.
so we're gonna be doing a lot of these. So let me just ask, Torrin, what'd you get?
I got 11. Do I need to roll for Radah
Yes.
as well?
Yes, please.
Okay, so Torrin got 11. Radah got 17.
Okay, Nebuchadnezzar.
7.
All right, Eldikar.
15.
15. Adrahel.
19.
19. Dala.
Ooh, nice.
14.
14. Haley.
16.
16. All right. As a group, you guys succeed decently well. There are only 2 failures in the group. As you guys, yes, Nebuchadnezzar and Torrin with the 11. You guys managed to make your way across the river, holding on to each other to help each other get across. The horses do relatively well in this depth of water, and you're able to cross the second stream. Another 15-20 minutes goes by, and then there's a pair of streams up ahead. You basically have a stream that you're going to cross. Then there's a small patch of land, and then a second stream that you're going to have to cross. So go ahead and make another round of strength checks, athletic checks. And then, Torrin, you'll be rolling for you and the Hound. Let me know when you're ready.
And animal handling as well?
Not yet, no. Because this is similar to the first stream, so it's not as bad.
Do we have any kind of advantage?
Oh gosh.
Not at the moment.
Just gotta
Okay.
pray.
Unless you're in like a Lord of the Rings version of favored terrain that gives you advantage on skill checks when you're in plains.
Not on those.
All right.
Does
Torin,
Does anybody have a better website where I can roll, please?
A better website. where I can-
someone send Gabe some dice so he can just roll on his table.
Yeah, I left them
Buy
there.
some
so-
actual dice, my
Can you
dude.
use Google?
I had him, but I left him there. So
All right.
Torn got a 17. Radak got a 16.
Okay. Nebuchadnezzar.
21.
All right. Eldikar.
Ooh, nat 20.
Natural 20. All right. Edgerhell.
5.
All right. Dala.
Natural 20.
Whoa!
20.
Oh,
She's like,
Swole. Swole.
Please send me that website. Send it to
Haley, what'd you get?
So one just parts forever.
Haley.
me.
13.
13. All right. So 2 failures again. But the way natural 20s and natural 1s work is they count as 2 successes and 2 failures. So you guys got extra successes twice. So that was amazing. Good job on those nat 20s, guys. Even though it's
It's chance. Yeah.
good job.
Good chance there, but
Yeah. Great job getting a random number on a die. But great job. So you guys make it
so
across.
close.
Yep. You guys make it
don't
across.
take anything from my random number on a die.
You guys make it across that stream just fine. The next one up ahead is moving a little bit quicker. Go ahead and make another set of rolls as you cross this stream. You guys have been like in and out of the water for like an hour now. You're getting a little bit more tired. The water's moving a little bit faster. This one's going to be a little bit harder.
Don't worry.
You're ready?
Can
Do
I
not-
can I
Do
mount
not worry,
on
guys.
Alagos?
What was that?
Mount or
Can I
horse?
mount on Alagos?
Yeah, just I would, yeah. So go ahead and do that. Do you have a stat block for Alagos?
Did you say a step block?
Stat block, like skills and
No,
abilities.
no, I don't have.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a d20 for Alagos. Let me pull up what his strength is real quick.
War horse.
Yep. All right.
I
So
think that's gonna be better
roll,
than me trying.
roll a d20 and add 4.
18.
Okay. Torin.
13 for Torin. Radak got an unnatural 20.
Okay. Nebuchadnezzar.
5.
All right. Dang. You're not doing well. You're like the strength guy. And ouch. Eldikar.
You got a 21 last time. I got a 4.
Sure. You got a 4?
I got a 4.
All right. Edgerhell, you already gave me yours. Dala.
15.
15. Haley.
10.
A 10. As a group, you guys fail
Oh
time.
no.
by 1. You had 3 successes, 4 failures.
Oh,
You guys
I went in first.
okay. You guys start wading across. The depth of this stream is a little bit deeper, and so the shorter among you, namely Nebuchadnezzar and Haley, you kind of struggle to keep your footing. Because of that, the rest of the party has to like kind of carry your weight a little bit extra and help get you across. As a group, you all take 1 point of exhaustion, but you are able to cross the stream aside from that without taking any damage or worrying about anyone losing their life. But it's harder to cross the stream, and you guys take a point of exhaustion.
Got it.
How deep would you say these streams have been?
It depends, anywhere from a few feet to the last one being closer to about 7 feet.
Okay, I'm only 3 feet tall.
Yeah.
So,
You're
That's
swimming.
why you and Nebuchadnezzar couldn't.
where is that on the character sheet?
What?
Page
What, your
2, in the upper right-hand corner, it will say your age, your height, your weight, if you did that stuff.
or do you mean the exhaustion?
Exhaustion.
Oh, exhaustion?
I don't think there
Exhaustion.
is.
Oh,
No,
just-
just
I don't think it's
yeah,
on
just
there.
make a note of it. There's
okay.
going to be a box on page 2 called conditions, and there's like conditions and a handful of other things in there. But you can just mark that you're exhausted.
I've just been.
So just so you guys know, exhaustion, 1 point of exhaustion is disadvantage on all ability checks.
Oh, great.
Is
That's
is
exactly what I-
exhaustion considered a condition?
Yes.
Okay, so
Oh,
okay, so Torin is going to try to see who is struggling the most. So he's probably going to gather Chad, Haley. Is Alagos doing well getting through the river?
Yeah, he's doing
Mhm.
fine.
Alagos is
She's doing
just
fine, sorry.
Yeah, the animals themselves don't have any exhaustion. And
Gotcha.
Alagos did well.
Torin's going to say this to the group. Haley or Chad, I might recommend one of you guys ride on Alagos if that's fine with Edrihill and Alagos. I can kill a condition. I can do that up to 4 times. So who really needs it? I guess I would have to short rest after that.
Wait, either Haley or Nebuchadnezzar.
Well, we get rid of the exhaustion when we sleep, right?
Yes.
I'll say,
We're really close.
You still have 1 stream to cross.
I'll go, how about you heal me up and then I'll take first shift during the night and I'll only get a half rest.
I
Right,
could
And
do
I
the
can
same
ride
thing. Well,
Alagos because she likes me.
She likes me.
that's true. She accepts Haley.
So I'm going to heal probably Chad and maybe myself. My strength isn't the best either. So
Bye, Chad.
Torin walks up to Chad and touches your shoulder, and he looks at you, and he says in Elvish, he says in Elvish, looking at your eyes, be encouraged, my friend. As he does, like it seems like the sun glows a little brighter behind him, and then it dims, and your exhaustion is removed.
There you go. No exhaustion on Chad and Torin.
Yeah, I don't know what just happened, but I don't like it. No, just I want no extra way.
All right, so Edrahel and Haley are both on Alagos, correct?
Let's
I thought
only.
Edrahel was leading Alagos.
He mounted
No,
up
I
on
was
Alagos.
before
okay.
I mounted her. But how would that be on Alagos? Because now that you have the stat,
With how small Haley is, the size of Alagos, he can carry a normal person and a halfling.
all right.
Yep. All right. All right. So the both of you are on Alagos. The rest of you, you have 1 stream left across. This one's just an average difficulty stream. Everyone's going to have to make a strength check and athletics check. Those of you with exhaustion are at disadvantage. However, Edrahel and Haley, you don't actually have to roll. It's the horse that's rolling, and the horse does not have exhaustion. So Edrahel and Haley don't roll, but Edrahel roll for your horse and add 4. All right.
Please send me your website. I implore you to. All right.
All right.
Just to confirm, does Radha have exhaustion as well?
Yes, you would.
Okay.
Alrighty, I'm good. I'm alive.
All right, Torin, what you got?
14, and Radha got 8.
Okay. Nebuchadnezzar.
Oh, sorry, for some reason my thing lagged. What role are we doing?
Athletics.
Okay, thank you. All right, I have a 12.
Okay. Eldikar.
16. If
16.
we were on advantage, it would have been that 20.
Oh, Dala.
16 too.
Okay. And for the horse?
Natural 1.
Oh no!
Oh,
Oh no!
Oh, you guys are
I'll just say
lucky.
it's nay.
You guys are
Nay.
so lucky because that was 2 failures, but you had 4 successes. For you succeeded by 1. Oh my goodness. That I'm guessing that curing that exhaustion was clutch, or you guys would have failed again probably. All right, so you guys managed barely to make it across the final stream, and you just kind of like claw your way up that last embankment. Finally, on the other side of this series of tributaries, you can actually see now way off in the distance. So basically, off to the east, there's a whole string of mountains, and they kind of curve up to where they're almost kind of coming up in front of you. Like the last mountain in this mountain range off to your right as you're facing south, kind of comes up to where it's almost in front of you. It's slightly off to the right. You can't see it from your current angle, but those of you that know this area know that that final mountain, that edge, is where Minas Tirith is built into. And you know that basically straight across from Minas Tirith on the other side of the Anduin River is Eminarnen. And so even though you're still a couple days journey from Eminarnen, you can kind of see it in the distance. You're like, you finally have eyes on target. You know, we're almost there.
On the prize.
Exactly. So after crossing all of those streams, you guys have a choice. You can cross the Anduin now into Cair Andros, which is a plain. It's just a massive plain as far as the eye can see. It's basically would lead you straight into Pelennor Fields outside of Minas Tirith and eventually to Eminarnen. And it's just flat land all the way to your goal. Or you can stay on this side of the river, which is the East Fold, also known as Anorien, which is also a plain. It's just plains no matter where you are. You can cross the river now, or you can wait for a long rest, do it when you're maybe not as exhausted and tired of crossing bodies of water. It's up to you. Just need to know if you guys are going to cross the river now, or if you're going to stay on this side of the river for the time being.
I say wait.
Stay here. Yeah, stay here.
Wait. Sounds good. Wait.
Okay, my guy starts like, what? Someone has got to have built a bridge somewhere around here. Any bridges? I mean, with all these bottled water, there's no one come out of this plane. I'll get his planes. Okay, I'll get it. But the bridges.
Can we build a bridge? Can we be the people that build a bridge?
Not today.
I'll go, who here got their mind for the law here to see there's a bloody bridge?
Our contribution to society isn't to remove the shadow, it's to build bridges.
Yes.
I don't know. I can't even comprehend that at this point. I'm so tired. I'm so wet, and I'm even hungry.
Torin. I'll start making some dinner.
With him,
Moran, is there a bridge around here? Y'all use that brain in your head of yours. Figure it out.
With him having said that, anyone who would like to, who is proficient in lore, so you have to have that proficiency.
I'm not.
To make a lore check to see if they know of any bridges in the area.
Quick thing, does my Lore of the Lost thing help with the regions for these two regions?
I would say so. I would say that would allow you to make the check, yes.
Okay. I have a history advantage. Does that count?
And I also have a stone cutting proficiency. So when it comes to stonework,
so if you
I know what's up.
If you find a stone cut bridge, you can probably tell to make. Maybe some of the
we don't need those weak wood bridges. We gotta get real dwarven stone up there in the bridge area.
Unfortunately, my warden class is more geared towards traditions and etiquette and being a people person than lore and history.
Aside from Torin, anyone else able to roll?
Hold up. Did you say that we're in Lorien right now?
No, Anorien. Anorien.
Gotcha. Okay.
But you need to know if you have a lore EN check, a Lorien check.
What'd you get?
Two quick things. I was proficient in lore already. Okay. I got a 12.
Okay.
Does my Lore of the Lost help any additional information for the two regions in the plains?
Yes. So Lore of the Lost is what you used last time, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So that gives you a piece of information no matter what. The lore check lets me expound on that. So like the Lore of the Lost is what got you the snippet that I read from Radagast's journal. And then the detail on top of that was from the lore check.
Gotcha.
So Lore of the Lost is going to tell you that for the most part, a lot of bridges have not been built over the Anduin River as it forms a very secure sort of western border to this area of Gondor. And so they actually built very few bridges specifically to make it hard to cross the river. So that's just something that you know about this area and about the river itself, the security around it. with a 12, I would say that you do know that there are some bridges closer to Kirandros. There are, which is not a stretch of land that you would hit tonight. You guys might hit early afternoon, late morning tomorrow. There's probably a bridge if it hasn't been randomly destroyed or whatever. As far as you know, there should be a bridge near Kirandros. Was anyone else rolling?
Yeah, I think that he's our only lore guy. I'll say that we cross that bridge when we get to it. Pun intended.
Gosh.
I mean, unless if you guys want to cross 30 foot of some what and drown.
Not
I
even.
think we
Oh,
all
wait.
decided to wait. I'm already cooking. I've already got the
I'm
campfire
already
set up.
cooking.
I'm talking about tomorrow, Haley. Tomorrow.
Let's leave tomorrow's troubles for tomorrow.
Okay, wait till tomorrow.
While the group's cooking, Torn goes up to Eldakar and says, Radha and we're probably gonna maybe search for some plants or something that we can make potions out of. If you want to come with?
Sure.
Question, John.
Yes.
Am I allowed to use inspiration outside of battle rounds?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna inspire Torin in his search. Let's do this. Ain't no journey long enough. Ain't no monster large enough. Ain't no shadow dark enough to keep us from making it through, yeah. And you get a D6.
Boy.
Awesome. Awesome. Thanks.
Better find some
Do
good
I-
stuff.
Do I get an inspiration too since I'm going with him?
I can only do it so often.
Oh.
I don't know if this might be metagaming. I'm really good at investigating for stuff. So if you want to have given that to Eldakar, you could have.
My idea was to
Is-
give it to you guys in your
To the group.
search.
Okay, they're going.
So-
Yep.
Okay. Got it. It's fine.
All right.
I
Thank you.
have a
Cool.
herb lore, so I have
Herblore.
herb lore. Yeah.
My name is
Um,
Herblore.
I have taught long stretches of wilderness have taught you much about the plants that grow in them. Know
Okay.
about them plants.
Does
Okay.
it have any other benefits?
I know about them plants. That's all I can tell you.
I tell you to, I'll say, bring me some more flowers for me beards. These are all wet and wilted. Ew.
Forgot you still have those in your beard.
So, we would like to investigate if I can use that for plants and stuff.
All right, so go ahead and make a survival check. Everyone who is searching for plants and herbs and such.
Got you, bro.
I would love to, but I want to sleep, so I'm gonna just like hit the sack right now. I'll see you for hours.
I'm gonna keep watch. You know, maybe clean off my warhammer or something. Just do basic.
Yeah, how did you find that? Like about the plants? Is that what you're talking about?
That was just part of my specialty, apparently.
Oh, okay.
Quick question, John. Can I use investigation to search for plants, or does it need to be survival?
It's typically survival, but I would say you can use investigation as well, because survival is wisdom, so it's more about instinct of where you would think to look to find the kind of plants you're looking for, other than just like general weeds. Whereas investigation is, okay, I'm thinking of this kind of plant and I'm looking for that specifically. So like you're trying to spot something.
Okay, cool. Radha can help me with bonus for that then. So rolling for that. Ooh, natural 20. 27.
27.
Wow.
Eldakar or anyone else rolling as well?
Sweet.
You did better than I did because I got an 8.
We have Haley's D6. I'm not sure when best to use that?
You can be using. You have 10 minutes to use it.
Okay.
Oh,
Should I you think I should use it now?
I think we might be good now. Maybe we can use it because we have to actually make a potion. So perhaps we could use it for that.
Okay. We'll wait.
Okay. Let's see here. So, all right, you got a 27 and you got an 8 Elder-Car, correct?
Yes, but I'm
Okay.
rolling for survival, not investigation.
Survival. Okay. All right. So what you notice first, Elder-Car, as you guys sort of wander off away from the party a little bit, are these sort of tall, thorny plants, and they've got these small white flowers. They kind of look a little bit like daisies, these little white daisies, and they have a smelling, sort of a sweet smell to them. You recognize this. You can't remember the name of it, but you do know that the root of this this plant is really good at sort of fortifying the individual and sort of strengthening them up a little bit from a metagame standpoint, mechanical standpoint. The effect is that when a creature drinks the potion that you make out of that herb, they gain a +1 to their AC, and it lasts for 1 minute or 10 rounds worth of combat.
Nice.
And you can only gain the benefit of that potion once per long rest. So it basically kind of fortifies you. It gives you a +1 to your AC for 1 minute out of the whole day.
That's cool.
Yep.
Nice.
There's a smattering of those plants. You can retrieve them if you'd like.
Smattering.
A smattering.
Mm.
I will say
like
if you retrieve them, you retrieve enough to make 2 potions worth. Torin.
What should I write down for that, since you said I don't remember the name?
Yes, you don't, but Torin, being very familiar with really all things plants and with a really high roll, he spots what you have, and it's like, oh, and it's called Aeglos, Aeglos, Aeglos. Torin, what you notice actually, you search through, you find a few common herbs that are just, they make good poultices or good salves of different kinds. But specifically something you were not expecting to find, you've only seen one other time, and it was actually inside the Mirkwood, is known as Fuyaru. It's Fuiyaru. It's a deadly nightshade that is found very sparsely throughout Middle Earth. Mechanically speaking, when applied as drops to a creature's eyes, it creates an oil. So you apply it to your eyes. It gives you dark vision for 15 minutes, but then you have to make a DC 15 Constitution saving throw, and if you fail, you're poisoned for 1 minute. So there's some good and bad to using it. Yep. So there's that. So poisoned for a minute if you fail your DC 15 con save, and either way it gives you dark vision for a little while at least. And then the other one, you also find these red flowers hanging around just sparsely throughout a field off to the west of where you guys made camp, known as Fumellar, Fumellar. The seeds from that flower, they're known as flowers of sleep, colloquially. And basically you create an oil out of this one as well. After ingesting it at the beginning of your next turn, you regain 2d10 hit points. And you have to make a DC 10 Constitution check. On a failed save, you fall unconscious for 1d4 minutes. So risky to use in combat, not so much outside of it. And I will send you guys the description of those herbs once we're done here. So to supplement the notes you took.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Yep.
Should we look for flowers to put in Nebuchadnezzar's beard?
Easy enough. You find many pretty flowers and
Oh.
many ugly ones as well. And so it's your choice whether you being pretty or ugly flowers.
Can I pick some of both?
All right.
Pretty ugly flowers.
I'll pick some.
So you have a mix of pretty and ugly flowers for
Oh my
Nebuchadnezzar's
gosh.
beard. And Haley, you craft the dinner for everyone to eat that night. Is there anything else anyone wants to do as you guys sit down to eat before resting for the evening?
2 things real fast. Do we need to do anything to make the potions or the drops out of the stuff we found?
If you would like to do that now, you definitely can, yeah.
I would, yeah.
All right.
Or if you want to.
All right, so for the Fuyaru, if you want to turn it into an oil, it is an intelligence check to basically grind them into a bit of a poultice, and then you transfer that into a cheesecloth-like material that you then squeeze and twist to get the drops of oil out into a small vial. So that's going to be an intelligence check.
Can we, I asked Aldecar, do you mind if we do the eglos first? I'm feeling very inspired, so I think that's the most important.
The Iglos is actually a little bit harder, so fair enough.
Okay. Do you want to?
Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, do you want to do the check Aldecar, or do you want me to? Fine if you do it, or.
I have a +3 on intelligence, so if you want me to, I can.
I'm only +2. Yeah, awesome. Do it. But before we do that, are you exhausted or are you good?
I think I still have the point of exhaustion.
Okay,
He is still exhausted, yes.
that would apply to this, right?
Correct, because it's
right.
an intelligence check.
So I'm gonna heal him first.
Actually, no. It's an intelligence check. It's not using a specific ability, so it's not an ability check.
Okay, I won't heal you.
Yeah, no.
I take the healing back.
He's still exhausted. It's not a skill check, so the exhaustion doesn't take effect. It's just using his attribute, which is intelligence. So go ahead and roll a d20, add your intelligence modifier.
Okay. Oh, that's not good. Plus my intelligence is a 5.
5. All right. So you had enough to make 2 potions of the Iglos.
Can I roll the inspiration now?
We can roll it. I'm not sure how much difference it'll make, but we can do it if you want.
You can roll it before you find out the result of what I'm about to say. So it's up to you.
Your call, Aldecar. Do you want to do it?
I mean, I'm assuming only a 5 is a fail, so.
I don't know if even a 6 will help it too much, but we can try. Your call. Do you want to do it?
Sure, why not?
All right. Do you want to roll it?
You can roll it. You can roll it.
All right, here we go. Got a 2.
A 2 for a total of 7. All right.
Wow.
As you work to turn the Iglos thorny plant into a potion, one of them fails. You're not able to get the solution to really cohesively bond, and it just stays separated. It doesn't work out. You give it a bit of a whiff and a slight taste. It's sour, and you know that it hasn't worked. The second one does take hold, however. So of the 2 possible doses, you are able to get 1 of the Iglos potion.
That's good. All right. Do you want to do the Fuyaru next?
Sure.
All right.
Go for it.
The Iglos was the hardest one, so the Fuyaru is going to be a little bit easier. As you grind the poultice out, then place it into the cheesecloth and begin straining the oil.
Here we go. A 2 again, really? So 5.
A total of 5. All right.
Yeah.
So you only had enough for, I think it was 2 of this one as well. And it's the same deal. The first one, you ground the poultice too much, lost too much of the oil in the mortar and pestle. And so it doesn't really bind, and the first potion or the first vial of oil doesn't really work out. But you are able to salvage the second one. So you do get 1 vial of the Fuyaru oil.
All right. And then the Femolar. Am I able to assist with any of these? I should have asked that before.
You can help out. You can also do it yourself. Yeah. It just depends on what you want to do. So if you're assisting, just like, yeah, you can give him advantage, or both of you can roll separately.
Now I think about this. You can roll. I'll give you advantage. I need to roll as well, right? To see, or do I automatically give him advantage?
When you're using the help action, you're giving him advantage. So
I should have thought of that before. Whatever.
Okay.
I'm giving you
right.
help. There you go.
all right. So on this last one, you have advantage. It's an intelligence roll.
You roll a 2. Come over to your house and throwing out that die.
Well, technically, I got an 8 with advantage.
Oh gosh, man. So what'd you roll? A 3 and a what?
A 3 and a 4. Wait, or
Well, a 2 became
a 5. A 5 and a 4.
Oh, okay. So you rolled a 5 and a 4. Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay. For a total of 8.
Yeah,
All right.
it's better than the last 2, I guess.
Yep. Basically the exact same thing as the other 2. You had 2 possible doses you could have made. This one is also an oil, so 1 vial of fumilar oil was successfully processed. I mean, these herbs were a lot harder than some of your more standard herbs to process that create effectively a healing potion or something. So you do at least have 1 dose of each.
Torn says, "Hey, dude, at least you're consistent."
Consistently bad.
All right, I'm done.
Thanks, Tori.
All right. So while they were doing that, Nebuchadnezzar was picking up rocks and he was like throwing them and like trying to baseball swing with his warhammer to get them. That's all I was doing.
All right.
Okay.
Just for fun, make a dexterity check.
No, come on, man.
Would that be athletics or dexterity? I mean,
Well, okay. So what are you trying to do? Or how are you trying to hit the rock really far, or are you trying to make sure you hit the rock?
I mean, both means baseball.
Both.
You have strength and
Yeah.
the dexterity save.
I don't think baseball was invented
All right,
in Lord
make
of
an
the
athletics
Rings.
check. Make an athletics.
My guys, okay, I just rolled it. I got a seven. It says
A 7.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Whack! You hit the rock. Tick. Disappears 20 feet away in the night sky. You can't see how far it went. You're sure it went super duper far though.
I just turned back to the intelligence.
So does this mean Chad just invented baseball in Lord of the Rings?
Tyler, please do it. Show him what.
Well, baseball is an American sport, so wouldn't this be like cricket or something?
Oh
Because
no!
it's
It's
Lord of the
like
Rings.
it's dwarven air cricket because you throw it in the air and you hit it with a hammer.
Air cricket.
Oh, think about this. What are different spots that we run to, and you get
And we lost Joe.
all.
Okay.
Oh, he's back.
I was just saying that if we had different spots that we ran towards after we hit it, but then you got to catch the rock, and if you hit the person with a rock because it gets the spot, then throughout the game, well, they get like 3 or 4 top about threes. 3 is a good number, and then it's like a team, and we could have like 9 people on the team at least.
You all tell that Nebuchadnezzar has put a surprising amount of thought into this idea he just came up with.
Yeah. There's like a flashback of the last 2 days of travel where it's just in my brain. That's all I'm thinking about.
All right. Is anyone else doing anything before you guys lay down for the night for rest?
I will keep watch the night, obviously, if you guys didn't know that. So I'll keep watch.
All right, and that so you do. Go ahead and make a perception check.
All right, and just so you know, one of my things, the barbarian or fighter or whatever, is I got a vigilant sense. It means that I get advantage on perception when checking to detect enemies or ambushes.
Okay, so you definitely have advantage here.
Oh, jeez, all right.
Well, that's because you're rolling to detect enemies.
All right, I got an 8.
Oh, you guys are killing me here.
He's thinking too much about the air.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, I really want to play my dwarven air cricket, but I know it's gonna be too loud to play it. So I'm just like really like sad and very distracted.
Yeah. So that was a total of 8, you said?
The first roll was like a 4. So.
All right.
We're
Okay.
all gonna die.
In that case, it's how it's done.
Yep.
In that
So
case.
no lie, I rolled a 4 on the die.
Wow.
Ooh.
With a
So
+3,
hey,
with a 7, you do
Barely
notice.
survived.
You do notice a couple hours into the night, a repeating pattern of steps outside of camp. The sound is far enough away that it's coming from outside of the range of light that the fire from the campfire itself is emitting. But it seems like something is circling your camp. Make a survival check.
oh, a nat 1.
Natural 1.
Yep.
There's a handful of footsteps. You can't tell that if it's more than one humanoid-like creature, or if it's something that has multiple hooves, like multiple legs.
Hmm.
But you hear a lot of steps, and it's just slowly circling the camp. Every 5 or 6 minutes or so, you can hear it kind of getting back to the same place in front of you. Something
Alright.
is circling.
Like
Well,
a ghost or something.
I really don't want to wake up everybody because it's not in the light yet. So I'm just gonna keep a keen eye out. I'm gonna see if it steps into the light at all. I'm gonna kind
How
of keep
long?
quiet.
Sorry. How long were Tor and Eldakar searching the flowers for? And
Probably
doing
about
the
30
potions.
minutes.
And all? Just 30 minutes?
30, 45 minutes, yeah.
Okay. And doing the potions and all that?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's up?
Oh, just wondering if 4 hours had passed.
4 hours.
4 hours had passed.
I went to sleep way before everybody else, so.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, I would say not just yet. We haven't hit.
So yeah, I'm not gonna wake him up. I'm just gonna keep it alert. I mean, my guy thinks it's like a wolf or something like that, but you know, he's not gonna go for it just yet. He's just gonna kind of wait. Obviously, prepared as he waits, Warhammer out, but not in full combat stance yet.
Okay. So a few minutes pass. You notice there's still like this sound of it circling. Probably 5 or 6 minutes later, the footsteps kind of stop, and you don't hear them moving anymore. They're off to your left a little bit. Again, just outside of the firelight, you don't hear anything. And then suddenly you hear a very faint and then the sound of a crossbow bolt being let loose from a hand crossbow as it races towards your body.
Oh, what?
For a total of 11.
It misses. Oh,
It misses. So you not being surprised, it doesn't get a surprise attack because you spotted it, but a bolt comes flying towards your head. You bring your hammer up and you deflect it up out of the air, and suddenly you hear a snarling sound as a warg jumps out from the darkness with a hobgoblin on its back. And that is where we are going to end today's session.